Today, my guest is 14-time world champion, the Viper, Randy Orton.
You gotta be kidding me! Countered. Oh! Second row, top rope. Oh! You gotta be kidding me! Oh, did he do
I think I'm close to having more televised matches than any other talent ever in the WWE. The promos, they were always mediocre, and I was concentrating on the in-ring stuff.
Randy Orton!
And I think it was Michael Hayes, not too long ago, he said, Randy, you're not great on the mic, but you're kind of in that mix. And that's odd to me. And he said that to me. And it's like I need to give this more thought.
Did it piss you off to a degree where you're like, hey man, here's a guy that's been up front with you? Today, my guest is 14-time world champion, the Viper, Randy Orton. Say man, how you doing?
I'm doing great. Very happy. Life is treating me very well. I'm blessed, man. What can I say? How blessed I was to be where I'm at and to be in this awesome company.
Randy Orton starts by expressing genuine gratitude and happiness with his life and career, emphasizing a feeling of being blessed.
I just try as hard as I can to be a good man, to be a good performer, to give the fans what they want. But the most important thing to me is to make sure that my wife and my kids are good. And I feel like when they are, it is a happy place.
The guy's been in 20 years, and you're just now putting out what I think is the best Randy Orton we've ever seen. Would you agree, or am I full of...
Austin strongly praises Orton's current run, suggesting he's performing at his absolute peak after 20 years in the business.
No, you're not full of shit. I think you're right, and I think I'm extra hard on myself. And when I look back at everything I've done in the business, you've won the Royal Rumble twice, 3 times. I'm sorry, I've won it twice. I've been in. I think I'm close to having more televised matches than any other talent ever in the WWE. I think like 20 or so away from Kane and Shawn and Jericho. And then like I've been around, but the promos, they were always mediocre. And I was concentrating on the in-ring stuff. And I did that for years. And I even remember... Right.
Orton humbly agrees with Austin's assessment, but surprisingly reveals that he was aware his promo work was historically weak, acknowledging Austin's past criticism.
And I think it was Michael Hayes, not too long ago, he said, Randy, if you look at all the guys that have had a Hall of Fame career, they were all good workers, but could cut a good promo, a great promo, you know? They were great on the mic. You're not great on the mic, but you're kind of in that mix, and that's odd to me. And he said that to me, and it's like I need to give this more thought.
Did it piss you off to a degree where you're like, hey man, here's a guy that's been up front with you?
Well, the relationship I have with Michael, we're both very upfront with each other. So it didn't piss me off per se, but it's almost like for years I didn't want to hear it. When you had said that my promos were the I didn't want to hear it.
Orton describes the tough love from Michael Hayes as a wake-up call, admitting that for years he was resistant to criticism about his mic skills from people like Austin.
You know what I mean? Those downs would put me in that funk to where I was good enough to stay out all night, not treat myself the best possible way I could be treating myself, and sleep in, miss the gym, show up to work, you know, wipe the sleep out of my eye, put on my boots, and go kill it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I've always been so blessed in that regard, but I realized about a year ago how important promos were. And it's embarrassing to say, especially to someone like you, that it took me that long to realize that. And I think the fact that they were decent, it was enough to get by. You know, there was even a time in my career where they wouldn't have me on the stick as much, and I knew why. It was because there was a lot of other guys better on the stick, but I'd have my match, and I'd do my best to steal the show.
He confesses that he coasted on being good enough for years, and that his previous subpar effort on the mic contributed to negative personal habits and a slump.
And if I wasn't in 5 segments with, talking segments backstage, I was okay with that because I knew I was getting myself over and the guy I was working with in that match later in the night. But mic is so important when it comes to that, almost more important to the matches sometimes. And I found a way, through the little bit of acting that I have done, I found a way to kind of make it to where I can feel what I'm talking about. And when it first touched close to home was when I was working about a year ago with Edge. And Vince wanted me to say some where me and Edge went way back. It was just bullshit, like trying to find a way to bridge, the friendship between me and Ed.
Orton outlines his breakthrough realization, connecting emotionally with the material, even suggesting the mic work can sometimes be more critical than the match itself.
And I went to Vince 10 minutes before I was going to cut this promo, and I said, Vince, I'm not feeling this. I go, but when I was 19, in St. Louis, and I met Edge, and I just signed a developmental deal, and Edge came up to me and he said, maybe one day we'll be able to mix it up. Good luck to you, kid. And I remember that as a 19-year-old. And now here we are, 20 years later, I try my best to really feel it. And it's a process with me. If I'm feeling it, I know I got it.
He uses the real-life encounter with Edge as a prime example of injecting genuine emotion and history into his promos, leading to his current success on the microphone. If you want more debates like this, check out the links on screen. Drop your opinion below.